Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How you all doing today? I hope everybody's fine and dandy. We're not doing too awful bad here in old Kentucky. It is about 5 after 5 on a Friday afternoon, and the temperature is about 49 degrees outside. We're supposed to be getting some snow here in a little while, so it's going to get a little chilly. So, hope everybody's going to have a great weekend. The weekend has begun for some of us. So, thought I'll make us a little video. I got a radio for us to look at and get started on, and hopefully get it fixed. I've been surfing eBay and all that, trying to find some parts. One thing I've been trying to find parts for is this old general oscilloscope, general purpose, and I found one coming out of Michigan. They want $18 for it, and I think it's like $40 to ship it here to Kentucky. I left the person a message and was wondering if it still had its tubes in it, because I'm missing 2 tubes in this one. The CRT still looks pretty good and stuff in this whole thing. They're pretty much outdated, you know, but I think they're really cool. Just that little green, you know, how the green lines. This little oscilloscope does me pretty good. I ordered this a few months back. Does pretty good for what I do, you know. And but I still like to get that old thing going. My old signal tracer, it's also it's a night. Pretty much all my equipment is night. This one works pretty good. I'm touching the probe right now. I had to put work on the ground wire, and ever since I've worked on that, I don't think I've got it back 100% yet. I need to take another look at it, but it works. But I just don't think it's getting grounded correct. So I've got to figure that out. Now this right here, this RF generator, lights on, as you can see, but I really haven't figured this thing out. I don't know if it just broke, and that's the reason why. Because see, here's the probe for it, but I have never really got to do anything. So I don't know if I just don't know how to work the machinery or what. I've looked up instructions for that. Really came up short on it. So, and over here is my capacitor analyzer. It works really good for how old it is. Pretty good little checker there. And then here's my my night volt range battery eliminator. But the only problem with this power supply is I believe it only goes up to 15 volts. So that's kind of aggravating, especially when I'm working on radios that needs anywhere from 45 volts to 90. I've watched a couple videos and seen that people have calibrated them and got them to go up a little higher, but I don't know. Here's the variac for it. I mean, it works, but it just don't put that much juice out. And then here's my old school variac right here. That's my variac. It works pretty good. I did have a wire burn up on me. I don't know if you can see it right there. I had to go in and put them back together, and that's the only bad thing. But it still works good. I just hated that happened. That's sometimes what I was talking about the other day in one of my videos about using alligator clips. Them things can be very dangerous if you're not paying attention. And then if you have more than 2 going at one time, you know, 2 different wires going, and then you get busy, that's when the problems. I think that's what happened there. I had 4 different alligator lines going, clips, and I got busy trying to figure something out, and one of them touched, and boom, it went in my Variac. But this is my dim light bulb. It's all easy peasy wiring. I just wired everything how it goes, you know. Now, I do have an amp meter. It goes, that's about 5 amps. But it works. But for some reason, when I hook it up, my dim light bulb comes on. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. So I don't really never use my amp meter. But that's pretty much, guys, my rundown on my equipment. Then my cheap Walmart multimeter. I have a few cheap meters, and then I have that one meter. Let me show you. For the ones that's watched my channel for a while, y'all know about this one, the VTV meter. It works when it wants to. Still haven't really figured out what in the world's going on with it, but maybe one day. And then we have my tube checker. Now, guys, this is a TE-140 made in Japan. I paid $20 for this, and it has done me great. I mean, it's really helped me out in a lot of radios. So I'm going to show you all. We're going to have to check some tubes, but I'm going to show you something that I didn't know. I just figured out yesterday about this tube checker that I didn't know it could do. So that's going to be part of the video anyway on checking this radio we're getting ready to do. So give me a second, guys. Let me get this radio set up here on the workbench, and we'll get started. Alrighty, guys. I don't know if I turned my light off or what. Here, see. Is my light on? Yeah, okay. Here we go, guys. Here's what we're going to be working on for the next probably couple videos. This is a 1933 Airline Montgomery Award. Or not award, just Ward. Montgomery Ward. This is an old farm set. And as you can see, she is in really bad shape. I'm hoping we can at least get it looking presentable. I mean, it is just rough. The front of it here is even pulling away. It's just pulling away from there. All this side going down looks pretty good. But over here, we've got a really bad crack. That's going to be kind of hard to fix. Got one here and one here. So that's going to be pretty difficult. But I think we could do it. We just put some wood glue or something. The thing is trying to get this thing, get it braced while the glue dries. Like I said, this is an old battery farm set from 1933. And Airline. It's a super hydro. It's the super hydro. So it should pick up pretty good. You got your on and off little brass piece there. That's excuse me. That's about as fancy as this one gets. It's got a little arrow right there. They did put that on there. And then there's your tuner, which the tuning still works. It's not locked up or nothing. It still turns good. But one thing about it, guys, it has all knobs. And when I first bought this radio, it was missing one. And then one day when I was looking in the back, this one, or one of them, I'm sorry, guys, when I get this dusty stuff, I start coughing. One of these knobs, like I said, I can't remember which one. They all look alike, all but that one. But it was hiding. It was down in the chassis. So I was really happy to find that. Because it's really important to have all your knobs. I really don't know what this does here, because I can't really, it don't do anything. I can't get it to click over, and I'm not going to force it. We'll just have to find out when we get in here. So let me get it turned around. We'll look inside. Alrighty, guys, this is what it looks like on the inside. Pretty dirty and disgusting in here too. Now on the back side here, it's missing some wood, some not Luan, but veneering, and that is pretty thick veneering, about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more. So I'm gonna have to come up with something substitute for that. But I mean, it still has all the, you know, the stable stuff. This is pretty stable. It's got a piece of, looks like plywood here on each side, and then it's got a piece of plywood holding the speaker in. Looks like the speaker's got a rip in it. But over here is the diagram. The tubes. It has a 32, a 19, a 30, a 34, 2 34s. And right here's your battery layout. Your A- is the black, which here's the wires, and they look horrible. All these we'll have to redo all these wires. They're all brittle. We'll just have to rewire it, and then we can just take these little pieces of aluminum off and put it on the new wire. Now, these are a big job, guys, redoing them to make them look decent. And I love doing it. And hopefully we can get her back looking pretty good. Because as of right now, it doesn't look very good on my shelf. Now, the batteries used to sit down in here. And I have an old battery. Now, I took the casing off. Not the casing, but the cardboard. Let's see if I can get it out here without tearing everything up on my shelf. Oh, should have paused it for a minute. But here is what the actual battery box looked like. Boards, and it goes in like underneath there like that. That's, like I said, that's just the cardboard. I was going to build a little box and put new batteries in it. But here is the old original batteries. There's what they look like. This is where it plugged in. I guess that this is the ground, something to do with the ground. I'm trying to open it up so I can show you what it looks like on the inside here. It's really just a bunch of black tar. I don't know if I can open that up without getting it everywhere or not. But they're just cylinders. See, it has a bunch of these like cylinders all through it. It looks like about probably about 20, 30 cells. And that's what an old 1930s battery looked like. This one, of course, it's no good no more. It's just good to look at, I guess. And show people that never had seen an old battery like this. And that folds up, and then, like I said, I took the cover off of it. Because I'm just going to build a wooden box and glue this on it, and then put the batteries inside of it. I'm going to do that on another day. But what we need to do first, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this chassis out. We need to check the speaker. We need to see if the speaker is good and it's not open. I'm not really for sure what type of speaker this has. I don't know. No, it don't have a magnet. Oh, there's like 3 different types, and I can't really remember. I don't know if this has a little spider inside of it or not. I don't think it does. But we need to check to see if it's good. We've got to glue one of these little caps, little cowboy caps, back on this tube here. That's got to be glued back because it came off here a while back when I was trying to remove this, because he's supposed to just slip off like that. But this whole top hat came off. I don't know why I call it a cowboy hat. It's more like a top hat. But it needs to go back. So that's something we got to do in the future. And all that. So what we need to do, guys, we need to get in here and we need to remove, looks like 4 bolts. And that way we can get the chassis out on the table. We'll check the speaker. We can check out here in a few minutes. That's probably the first thing we need to do. So let's go ahead and check the speaker. And we'll go from there. Alrighty. Let's get our multimeter on here. I can get the set here for us. It wants to turn. There we go. Fell over. There we go. Let's check and see if this. Oh, you little dirty thing, you. Just sit there and be good. Just for a second. Alright. Let's see. Oh, good. We got a good speaker, guys. That's good. I was a little worried about that. So we do have a good speaker. So like I was saying, what we'll do next, guys, we'll go ahead and we'll get this chassis out, and we'll see what it looks like underneath. One good thing about these old battery farm sets, I've done a few of them, and the capacitors seem to be alright. You know, you give them, I really don't have a way to bring them up slowly or nothing. I just give them their full juice. I think this one, I'll probably have to look up online on the voltages. I don't think it says up here. It may. Let's see. Yellow 200, does that say 225 volts? It says 225 something. Black. The white wire, 6 volt. I don't know. I don't think it's the voltages. We'll have to look up and see what voltages this thing takes, because I'm not 100% sure. Right here's how the batteries would stack. See, you have let me get a pen. They stack like that. You have a B and a B. And then there in the middle where I showed you, another B. And then there on the top, you have a C and an A. And I'm sorry the phone's shaky, guys. The camera's shaky. But that's the battery assortment. So this old radio took a lot of juice. The battery receiver, it says cat number 62-77. I don't know if that's the model of the radio or not. I'm not for sure. Note, refer to the above number when ordering parts or, okay, wiring or routing. Parts or what? Is that wiring? I can't, or routing. I don't know. Alright guys, so let me get y'all up on Sky Vision and we'll get them boats out and let's get this thing apart. And we'll look underneath and then we gotta check those tubes. Alright guys, oops, didn't mean to bounce that. Let's get this thing turned up like this. And now let's try to get these screws out. Which looks like it's going to be a bear. I'm trying to get these out here. It looks like somebody already had them out. Hit my head. I love my little overhead light, but I'm all the time busting my head on it. Alright, there's that. Unplug our speaker. I forgot to take the knobs off. There's the knobs. And it should be ready to come off of there. There we go. Set this over here for a minute. I'm gonna set the box over. That thing is pretty dirty. I don't know what I'm going to do. These little mounts that sets are just gone. They look horrible. So we'll probably replace these. We'll get that stuff up and we'll find some foam or something to cut out and replace those nasty things. Set that over here and get our chassis. There's our chassis, guys. Now, I was looking at it the other day and taking a glance at it, and it looks like it's missing one of these little shields for over here. I'm thinking, yeah, it's missing a shield. So I'm going to have to try order one of these shields later on down the road if she works good. And like I was saying, guys, this little cap, little top hat, we'll have to glue that back. So, beginning the video, guys, I was showing you all my equipment. Here's, like I said, there's my tube tester. Let's get her plugged up. And the other day before I started this video, I was pre-planning and I was going to see if this would check these tubes. So we'll pull this first one. The thing is, my tube checker does not do these. These tubes are older than what this tube checker has, for any tubes. So I was like, man, that's kind of odd. How am I going to test these? Well, I've always wondered what these little wires were. So, I thought, it just popped in my head. I was like, I wonder if you could test these older tubes, test the filaments with these. And sure enough, you can. So all you do, you put your ground, and you try to find where the ground is. And you just go around. And if it don't light up, you move to the next one. And if it don't light up, you go to the next one. And there it is. So this pin here is your ground. And this pin here goes to your filaments. And when you touch that, if the tube's good, the little light will come on just like if you would plug it in. So that's what these wires were for the whole entire time. And I always wondered when I bought this why they had these wires. They didn't come with instructions. So that tube's good, guys. I don't know if you can see that little light coming on or not, but it is. This little crystal light is coming on. So that's a good tube. So let's put that one back in, and we'll go to the next one. Now these pins fit different. Some of them are bigger than the others. If you're first time working on some of this older equipment, for some reason they made these two right here fatter, and that may be the filaments. Let me check that real quick, and if that's the case, I'll know right where to go to next time. So the fatter ones, let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The two fat ones are the filaments. In this case of this radio. So let's plug her in. Put that back in. Let's check this tube here. Take the little thing off the cap. You gotta be very careful. When you take a tube out, make sure you get a hold of the black at the very bottom, the very base of the tube, and just wiggle it back and forth gently and pull up easily. Easily? Is that just easy? Just wiggle, because you don't want to break them. Oh. Now this here, it has do not remove this label. And I don't know why they put that on there. It says source 2108 is the source. Don't really know what that means. Kind of set. I guess you would put Airline or Montgomery Award, but they didn't. And approx hours used. So it just tells your tubes. Hold on, guys, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, I'm back. I keep on forgetting to put my do not disturb on. So let's check this tube, guys, and let's see if that was true about the fatter ones. These two over here will be the filaments. So let's check. Yes, that's what it is. This tube is good, guys. The filaments are good in this tube. So 2 out of 6 ain't bad so far. This one is a super Airline tube, so this must be original to the set. It's a number 32. It's a number 32, and it's a really, really neat tube. I think this set has 2 of these. 32. And there it says the Airline, super Airline. So let's put it back in. I wish we had the tube shield. Like I said, if this set gets playing and it looks really good when we get finished redoing the case, I'll order a tube shield for it if I can find one. So we'll get that back in there. That's back into its home. Put its little wire back on top of it. From the IF can. Now, with this being so old, I don't know if these sets were bad to get mica disease. I hope not, because inside these IF cans look pretty cruddy. So let's just cross our fingers. So let's check this one here. This one is a 30. Yeah, this one is a 30. They just call it 30. There ain't no like I-30 or nothing like that. It's just a 30. So let's check out these two over here. Should be the ground and the filament. We're getting a little. Oh, hold on. Alright, guys, it looks like we got a bad tube here. Yep, the filaments are bad in this 30 tube. So we're going to have to order us a tube, which is nothing to worry about. We can order one. They're pretty reasonable, cheap. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to this one here. Take the wire off the top of the hat. This one is, it don't say. It also looks like a 32, but I don't believe it is. So let's check it. Here's the two big ones, bigger pins. And it is good. The filaments are good in that one, guys. So that's good. Let's take this one out, and then we'll get that one because that one's kind of hard to get in. Okay, these both are 34s. So these are the same tube. 34s. 34s. And I say that's a 30. Well, no, that's a 32. It's got one 32, which looks like the 34. They look all similar. This one is a 32, 34, 34, and we got a 30. And we don't know what that one is. So this one here, right here's the two big pins. I'll try to hurry, guys. It's probably getting boring. And it is good. Filaments are good in that one. Let's take this last tube out. And this one is the REG tube. Regulator. Is that what it would be? Here's a dead fly. Ugh. It's probably been there for a while. Let's see here. Here's the two bigger pins on this side here. It looks pretty much close to a light bulb. Ain't much going on with this tube. It says it's a 6AA. And it is good. So we have one bad tube, which is this 30. Let me get a brush. We'll get that. Go ahead and get that daggone fly and stuff out there. Kind of clean these sockets up. It's going to be a beautiful chassis. It's almost like a copperish. It's probably been dipped in copper. But I believe it's going to clean up pretty good. As long as I don't scratch it too bad. Kind of get some of this dirt off, guys, over here. I should have my dust mask on. Alright. Let's get this back in. And we'll take a peek underneath. And we need to check this transformer. So we'll just go and do the basic checks now. Because it'll probably be about the end of February before we can get that tube in. But we could be working on the cabinet while we're waiting. There's that. I mean, like I said, we got to glue that back on. This one is the bad one. We'll just leave it out. My hands are itching because this stuff's so filthy dirty. Let's put our tube checker up. Let me pause this for a minute, guys. Let me wipe my hands off. Get some sanitizer. Alright, we'll get ready to, I got a cut right there, and I just got that sanitizer in it, and ooh, it burnt. I think it's a splinter. Alright, let's flip this. Well, first, let's look at this dial. There's the dial. It's kind of warped. I've seen videos of fellers put this like in a heavy book and put weight on top of it and get it back right. There's a couple of different ways we can probably go try to get it back straight. Looks like there's been a crime scene right here. Looks like blood, dry blood or something. Pretty disgusting. But here's a better look at that copper. What they dipped that chassis in. It looks really good here on the front. So let's flip this over. And here is what it looks like inside, guys. And I see right now, it is awesome. It's got this big old capacitor. One of these, shoot, I always forget the name of them. It's the ones I love. Little bricks. They look like, this is what I'm talking. They look like this. I always forget that name of that type of capacitor. I don't know why. It's easy too. It's got dog bone resistors in it. It doesn't look like it's had any work done. The wires underneath here look brand new. And there's not a lot going on. So I think this little set's going to work, guys. With these capacitors being almost 100 years old, yes, they do need changed. But we're going to try to power it up first and see if it will play with the old caps inside. And then we'll go from there. I don't know what this thing is. I think it's the vibrator. I think this one has a vibrator to make the oscillation, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's if I'm correct on that, this will be the first vibrator set I've ever owned. So that'll be cool to tinker with. Once we get juice run through, we should hear this vibrating. And that makes the, like I said, it also makes the oscillation happen in the wiring or in the radio signal. But don't hold me to that. If you fellers out there know if that's what that is, put it down in the comments. And speaking of comments, guys, our channel, a little channel, it's growing slowly but surely, and I really appreciate you guys, and thank you all. Thanks to all my subscribers, and thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And if y'all wouldn't care, just put down in the comments just your favorite caller or anything. It don't matter, and it does help. It helps us all out. So I'm hoping one day we have 1,000 subscribers, and we'll make maybe some key change or something, make a little money, and really do some cool stuff. That's my whole plan. So, but like I said, thank you guys for subscribing, and thanks to my non-subscribers. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, guys, I really think this is going to work. It's very simple. I'll bring it up. I think I got it zoomed in, but I'll bring it up here. But like I was saying, I think this is a vibrator that makes it oscillate. Very simple in there. Very simple construction. Looks pretty old, don't it, guys? Look, see them dog bone resistors? This right here is really cool too, but I can't tell you what it is right now. It has a 144 on the side of it. Looks like it's porcelain or something. Very neat piece. I'm really excited to see if this thing's going to work. So hopefully that tube will get in here sooner than later. Like I said, guys, on this radio, we'll have to replace all these old wires. All this bird nest, we'll have to replace it with all new wiring. And since I got to order a tube, I would like to see if I could order some of this, this cloth wire, and replace it with it. See how good it looks inside? Looks brand new inside the chassis. Now this one switch here, I don't know. Let me get the knob here. If I can get it back on there. See, I can't get to really turn. I don't know what that, there it goes, it's turning, but it's hard. That needs cleaned. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's for shortwave or what, but it's definitely going to have to be cleaned because it feels like it's almost at the breaking point when you turn it. It's really tight. Now it's loosening up. So I don't know what that is. Alrighty, guys, that'll about do it for today, unfortunately, with that tube being bad. But let me see if I could check that transformer easily. Looks like somebody put a piece of friction tape here at one time, at one point. I don't know if that was factory or not. I don't know where that transformer is missing a screw, where they only put one screw in. That's odd. See, it has a screw here, but it doesn't over here. And it don't look like it ever had one. Well, I don't think I can test that right now, guys. I can't see where it goes into down here. I think it was for the speaker, and it ohmed out, so it wasn't open, so it should be fine. It's hard to see that tuning capacitor, but It's a pretty good sized tuning capacitor. Pretty good size one. Alrighty, guys. I guess that'll about do it for right now on this till we can get some parts, which it shouldn't take long. So, hope you guys enjoyed something with this video. And like I said, if you don't care, leave a little comment. And I'm sure appreciate it. And you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. Like I said, we're supposed to get a little snow around here. It's supposed to get a little cold. So, y'all, like I said, be careful. And until next time, I'll see you right here, Redneck Ways. Bye, guys.